Hi everyone, so today I'm going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to be making two different pendants. So let's see how it goes. What I'm going to start with are these little silver glass chips. And I'm going to place them in and see if we can make a pretty pendant with them. What I do want to do is I just want to pour a little bit out because it's easier to just careful. These things do like to run and jump everywhere. There you go. So basically I'm just going to take them and place them how I want them to sit. That one flew. There we go. That's kind of the effect that I wanted. So I've done the silver one now. Now I'd like to try the gold one. I'm also just going to pour just a few out. Don't need many. There we go. So those are the two little shapes that I'm going to do today. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to place a little bit of UV resin on top so that we can actually dry it in place. And then we can move on. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of UV resin in here because I don't want to use the drops. The drops are going to be too big for what I'm looking to do. So I just want to put a little bit there and use that to apply. I've got a little silicone tool. Just get a couple of drops and just slowly move it over to where you want. Like that. Right. So now we are ready to put on the UV light. Alright, so we've done 60 seconds on this side. Because it is UV resin and the little stones may have blocked some of the light coming through, I just want to turn them over and do a quick 60 seconds on the back. Alright, so now the UV resin bit is done. At least we know that is hard, so it's going to stay in place. So what we're going to do next is I'm using a 2-part epoxy resin, also 3D diamond glass. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these two colors, this beautiful turquoise eye candy blue, as well as the diamond glass pearl white. So I'm just going to put these aside for now. So I've already poured a bit of the pre-mixed epoxy resin in. And now we're just going to put in the color. Don't you just think that's beautiful? Right. So what I want to do, because I like the blue so much, I'm going to do the blue at the top and the white at the bottom. And we really don't need much. We're not looking to make this very thick. You can pour it on, but I prefer to scoop drop by drop. That way you don't over pour. So what I want to do is I just want to move it there. You can still see the gold on both sides. Move that one up a bit. Right. Just see with the blue. I just wanted a little bit more in the corner. Yeah. Goodness, I like that. All right. And now we're just going to leave it to set. All right, so it's been 24 hours. These are nice and dry. So now we can demold. I'm going to demold the gold one first. And just pop that one out. And that one out. So let's see what they look like. So there we go. I have to admit, I do think the gold one came out a little bit better than the silver, but we can always fix that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a dome on both sides. Now for the side that we use the epoxy resin, you can actually see there is a bit of a rim. I do suggest filing that down before you do anything with it. It's just to create a more smoother finish. Right, I'm just going to quickly go file down. I'll be back. All right, so my pieces are now filed. They're smoother. So we're going to do the front first, or this was originally what I wanted the front to be. And I'm going to be working with a 3D resin, UV resin. And I'm just going to put a nice layer on top for both sides. Alright, so it looks like we've got a very nice dough. I just want to put a silver flake here because I feel like it looks a little bit empty. That was where there was a little bit extra clear resin that I didn't take all of it out. Just do something like that, at least then that fills that space. And then we'll just need to make sure it's underneath and covered completely by the resin. Right. Here we go. Right, so now we just put this on for 60 seconds. So now they are dry. I would always recommend you let this cool down before you flip it over. Right, now they are dry. What I would recommend is let it cool down before you flip it over. Sometimes the UV resin does get a bit hot. All right, I think it's cool enough and we can flip it over. So now this is the side that I actually wanted it to be the front, but I can't decide if I like the back or the front more. But we're basically going to put a top coat of the UV resin. Alright, I'm just going to do the one because I am running out of UV resin. Thankfully I've got more ordered. I think that's all that we got. UV light. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on this little clasp, just like that. I'm going to use my tweezers, my pliers, and just gently squeeze it together. And there is a beautiful pendant. I actually think I like that side more. Thank you for watching.